Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a while since we last met. I've spent weeks exploring the Sierzo surroundings. I had no idea the region was that vast, that varied, and that dangerous. But as you can see, I'm now a warrior able to fight. Here's what's happened to me since last time. I discovered a cave that was in fact infested with troglodyte. All gathered around one massive specimen. This one wielded a magic staff and cast spells inflicting hexes. Then I went inside the Conflux mountain to test myself and discover my inner strength. I reached the heart of the mountain, in the Conflux chamber, and enjoyed the sight of the ley line. It's an incredible energy source that allows those who are seeking it to unlock their magical power. With the acquisition of mana, I am now able to cast spells. On my way out, I was attacked by an extremely aggressive creature. It's a kind of frozen dinosaur, able to create ice explosions in close combat. I'd heard of Tuanosaur before, but I didn't think they existed in this region. Back in Sierzo, a traveling merchant was offering an item he'd acquired on his travels. I decided to buy it. This phytosaur horn allowed me to craft a new spear. Here's a phytosaur spear that inflicts poison on hit. Later on, ruined pillars surrounded by electricity attracted me along a narrow path behind the mountains. Here I discovered a cave with unusual electrical activity. I was welcomed by creatures glowing in the dark. These enemies are quite strong at the start of the adventure, but the reward is worth it. After killing a few, I picked up 2 gold lich mechanisms that are valuable resources. Then I decided to leave the area for the time being and come back later. I was able to make a new weapon, the Gold Lich Spear. It inflicts lighting damage and the Doom Hex on hit. This is a very powerful weapon to defeat your enemies in the early stages of your adventure. I also met a truly unique bird. It was very different from the ones we're used to seeing. Unlike its relatives, it was entirely black. While skinning it, I collected a large quantity of various ingredients. I stumbled upon a grand fortress by the coast. I'm in the Vendavel fortress. The people inside appeared welcoming at first, but I soon discovered that they were not to be underestimated. They are ruthless bandits who will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. I was able to defeat the 3 warlords who ruled over the fortress. On my journey back to Sierzo, I learned that the bandits were planning to attack the town. I managed to find padded armor, helmet and boots during my travels. I combined them with amylites and pieces of palladium to make a complete set of amylite armor. As I ventured deeper into the unknown zones, I encountered increasingly powerful and frightening monsters. However, nothing prepared me for the Shell Horror, a massive and aggressive creature filled with corruption and despair. While infiltrating a bandit prison, I encountered a prisoner who stood out from the rest. According to legend, humans who resort to cannibalism gradually transform into creatures known as Wendigos. Without a doubt, the entity before me was once a human being. With the trophies I'd collected from these fearsome creatures, I was able to build a weapon just as frightening. This is a horror spear. It inflicts massive damage on enemies and causing extreme poison on hit. I explored the electric cave once again and stumbled upon a laboratory that was associated with electrical experiments. This time, I was better equipped and managed to confront the entity that resided in the area. It was an unusual golem that appeared to be a hybrid of a mantis shrimp and a golden spectre. This golem was named Golden Matriarch. I discovered a tower belonging to an ancient religion that was once a dominant faction in the region. Also known as the Five Winds, their power has weakened considerably since the scourge struck Aurai. Many of their temples and totem poles now lie in ruins. I met Adalbert the Hermit, who is one of the last few followers of the Cabal of Wind. He is also a trainer who can teach you Cabal Hermit skills. Moving on, let me explain about builds. There are various trainers in the world who can teach you unique skills for a few coins. A skill tree is divided into two parts, separated by a chain. The lower section is immediately accessible, but to unlock the upper part, you need to use one of your breakthrough points. You start your adventure with 3 points and can't earn anymore. This means you have to choose wisely between all the available skills. Here's a list of the available trees. I have immediate access to the skills at the bottom of the tree. Weather Tolerance, for example, is a powerful passive ability that increases my resistance to hot, cold, and decay damage. Here, the breakthrough skill is Shamanic Resonance, which increases the power of boons. For example, a boon that increases your physical damage by 15 would increase it by 30 instead. This is something I'd like to have in my build, so I'm going to use one of my points. With the chain now unlocked, I'm able to access the other skills. I also get Infuse Wind, a melee imbue that increases the impact and attack speed of my melee weapon. Today, we're at the border gates, as it's time for me to leave the Cierzo region. The choice of my next destination is crucial and will define my future. I have received several offers, including Oliele's invitation to join the Holy Mission in Monsoon and Risa Aberdeen's promise of many privileges within the clan and the Blue Chamber Collective if I join her in Berg. However, I am not interested in any of these offers. Izan Argenson's speech has convinced me to go to the desert of Abrasar to join the heroic Kingdom of Levant. Their worldview is vastly different from here. There are no clan laws to dictate your life, and everyone is free to act. It is time for me to make my own path, and I am confident that this is the right decision. After crossing the dense and Murka forest and seeing the town of Berg from the outside, I pushed on, crossing the vast expanses of the Abrasar desert with no other company than the scorching sun and burning sands. I am indeed on the right path. We are currently in the desert and the heat is extremely unbearable. To manage my body temperature, I need to regularly drink water, use a cold enchantment spell, and eat cactus fruit. Here's a bird like the ones I've seen before, but this one has a different color. It appears to be even faster than the others when running. Look over there for more enemies. Let's apply my frost imbue and get going. These are fire beetles, which are only found in this region. I have to be particularly careful not to get hit by their fire projectiles so as not to get burned. I'm running all over the place to avoid the projectiles. And that's one. I'm using the long reach of my spear followed by a fast roll to dodge the blows. It still works just as well. And here's to the second one. It's much easier to attack now that there's only one left. There you go, I was almost out of stamina. Finally, we are back on the road. In the background, I can already see the magnificent Levant Castle, which means that I'm not far away from it. I have arrived at the fortress and I'm enjoying the beautiful view. The town is just as spectacular and it's truly amazing. Even though it was a long journey, it was completely worth it. I'm eagerly looking forward to meeting up with Izan and joining the heroic Kingdom of Levant. I have nothing more to share with you today. Don't hesitate to ask me if there's anything in particular you'd like to see. I'll do another episode when I've become an excellent spearman. Thanks for watching, see you next time.